Today we gather in sorrow and reflection to bid a final farewell to Paul Danan, the beloved Hollyoaks star whose tragic passing has left an indelible void in the hearts of fans, friends, and family alike. His funeral, marked by heartfelt tributes and overwhelming emotion, served as a testament to the profound impact he had on those around him. Paul Danan's untimely passing shocked the entertainment world and his countless admirers. Known for his magnetic charisma and raw talent, the star succumbed to circumstances that remained shrouded in heartbreak, leaving many grappling with the loss of a man who was not just an actor, but a cherished friend and father. Born in London, Paul Danan rose to prominence with his portrayal of Saul Patrick on the hit soap Hollyoaks during the late 1990s. His journey from a local theater enthusiast to a household name was fueled by passion, perseverance, and an undeniable gift for storytelling. Beyond the small screen, Paul also made his mark on reality television, bringing his larger-than-life personality to shows like Celebrity Love Island, earning him the affectionate nickname Dangerous Danan. Paul's portrayal of Saul Patrick, a troubled yet endearing character, resonated with viewers and established him as one of Hollyoaks' most unforgettable stars. His ability to convey complex emotions made him a standout talent in British television. Outside acting, Paul was a tireless advocate for mental health awareness, sharing his own struggles in hopes of inspiring others to seek help. Paul's life was a mosaic of triumphs and challenges, yet he always faced them with courage and an infectious sense of humor. His openness about his personal battles brought visibility to issues often stigmatized, and his advocacy work will continue to be a source of inspiration for many. Tributes have poured in from across the entertainment industry and beyond. Former Hollyoaks castmates and celebrity friends have shared touching memories of Paul, describing him as a kind soul with a heart full of generosity. Fans have taken to social media to express their sorrow and gratitude for the joy he brought into their lives. Above all, Paul was a devoted father to his young son, whose name he often mentioned with pride and love. His family, who were his anchor during challenging times, described him as a man with a beautiful spirit who cared deeply for others. Paul Danan was laid to rest in an intimate ceremony that brought together close friends, family, and colleagues, all united in their grief and love for a man whose presence had touched so many lives. Held in a serene setting, the funeral was a deeply emotional yet uplifting occasion, offering those in attendance the chance to celebrate not only his life, but the enduring legacy of joy and resilience he left behind. The ceremony began with a sense of quiet reverence as mourners filed into the venue, each carrying their own memories of Paul. Floral arrangements adorned the space, with many incorporating his favorite blooms, symbolizing the vibrancy he brought to the world. A photo montage of Paul's life played softly in the background, capturing moments of happiness, triumph, and the close bonds he shared with his loved ones. The intimate setting allowed for personal connections to take center stage. Attendees included a mix of family members, longtime friends, former co-stars from Hollyoaks, and others from the entertainment industry who had worked with Paul throughout his career. Despite the sorrow of the occasion, there was an overwhelming sense of community and support among those present, as they leaned on each other to cope with the loss of someone so dearly cherished. The service itself was a poignant mix of tears and laughter, as those closest to Paul shared heartfelt memories and stories. His family spoke first, with his parents and siblings recounting tales of his childhood, his boundless energy, and the dreams that led him to pursue a career in acting. They described Paul as someone who always stood out, not just for his talent, but for his generous spirit and deep love for those around him. His sisters shared an especially moving story about how Paul would light up any room he entered, often breaking into impressions or jokes to cheer up the family during difficult times. "He had this unique ability to make you feel like the most important person in the world," she said through tears. "Paul wasn't just my brother, he was my hero." Former Hollyoaks co-stars took to the podium to share their own tributes, painting a picture of Paul as a colleague who was both professional and endlessly fun to work with. One castmate described how Paul's sense of humor made even the longest days on set feel like a joy. Paul had this knack for making everyone laugh, even in the most serious moments. "He was the heartbeat of our cast." Another actor who had worked closely with Paul on set remarked on his extraordinary talent and the passion he brought to every role. Paul wasn't just playing a character, he lived it. You could see the depth of his commitment in every scene. He had a way of making the audience not just watch but feel what his character was going through. Interwoven with the eulogies were moments of lightheartedness, as those gathered chose to focus on the joy Paul had brought into their lives. Clips of his most memorable performances were shown, eliciting laughter and applause. A friend from his reality television days shared anecdotes of Paul's escapades during their time together on Celebrity Love Island, describing him as a whirlwind of energy, always unpredictable but endlessly endearing. The ceremony also paid tribute to Paul's advocacy for mental health awareness, a cause he championed with courage and transparency. A representative from a charity Paul had worked closely with spoke about the impact he had made in helping to destigmatize mental health struggles, noting how his openness inspired many to seek help and share their own stories. Paul's family took time to express their profound gratitude for the outpouring of love and support they had received since his passing. His parents, speaking with a mix of pride and sorrow, thanked fans for their heartfelt messages and the many tributes that had been shared online. Knowing how much Paul was loved by so many has been a great comfort to us during this difficult time, his mother said. They also shared a special message for Paul's young son, who was present at the ceremony. "Your daddy loved you more than anything in this world," his father said, his voice breaking with emotion. "And though he may no longer be here, his love for you will always surround you. You are his greatest legacy." As the ceremony came to a close, mourners were invited to participate in a final act of remembrance. Attendees wrote messages to Paul on small pieces of paper, which were then placed in a memorial box alongside cherished items from his life. This gesture allowed everyone to feel connected to his memory in a deeply personal way. The service ended with a musical tribute, as one of Paul's favorite songs played softly, filling the space with a bittersweet sense of closure. Many attendees remained long after the formalities had ended, sharing memories and comforting one another as they reflected on the profound impact Paul had on their lives. Paul Danan's funeral was more than just a goodbye, it was a celebration of a life that was as complex as it was beautiful. While his death has left an undeniable void, those who loved him are determined to carry forward the joy, humor, and resilience he exemplified. For fans and loved ones alike, Paul will be remembered not only as an immensely talented actor, but as a man who faced life's challenges with courage and used his platform to make a difference. His story serves as a reminder of the power of vulnerability, the importance of compassion, and the lasting influence of a life lived authentically. Paul Danan's legacy is one of resilience, vulnerability, and a profound commitment to using his platform to uplift and support others. Throughout his career, Paul demonstrated that true strength lies not in perfection, but in embracing one's struggles and using them as a source of connection and inspiration. His openness about his battles with mental health and addiction resonated with countless people, giving hope to those facing similar challenges and breaking down barriers of stigma. As an actor, Paul brought authenticity and emotional depth to every role he played, most notably as Saul Patrick in Hollyoaks, a character that showcased his raw talent and ability to connect with audiences on a deeply human level. Beyond the screen, his courage in sharing his personal journey became a beacon for many, as he tirelessly advocated for mental health awareness. Whether speaking at events, partnering with charities, or sharing his own experiences in interviews, Paul demonstrated an unwavering dedication to helping others find the support and strength they needed. To honor his memory, we must continue to champion the causes he cared so passionately about. This means fostering compassion, advocating for mental health resources, and creating safe spaces where vulnerability is embraced rather than judged. Paul's life and work remind us of the importance of authenticity, resilience, and kindness, lessons that remain as relevant now as ever. As we say goodbye to a remarkable talent and a truly kind soul, let us carry his legacy forward. Let us remember the joy, humor, and inspiration he brought into our lives, and let us strive to make the world a little brighter, as he did. Paul Danan's light may have gone out, but the warmth of his memory will continue to shine in the hearts of those he touched. Rest in peace, Paul. You will be deeply missed, but never forgotten.